We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Because today is not our Independence Day. It's actually June 24th. Darren Leslie here with my review of Independence Day Resurgence. Independence Day Resurgence is the sequel to the 1996 spectacle Independence Day and stars Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, Vivica A. Fox, Brett Spiner, Judd Hirsch, Mika Monroe, Joey King, Liam Hemsworth, William Fichtner, Jesse T. Usher, Charlotte Gainsbourg, and Stella Ward. Ward. In a world. The film picks up 20 years after the original. The world is at peace. We've made incredible advances in technology. All is well until aliens once again attack our world, and it's up to the world's last and the next generation to put a stop to their attacks and save the world. Okay, so Independence Day. I love the first Independence Day. Absolutely love it. It's a great film that still holds up even to this day. The characters are great. The threat is very real. And through it has a very optimistic and witty tone. I never really thought we were going to get a sequel, but it was announced, and I liked the first trailer a lot. They got almost everybody back from the original. Almost everybody. I was excited, and then that excitement started to dwindle, and then it just completely extinguished. Some of their further marketing material wasn't all that good. But I went ahead and saw the movie, mostly because, I review movies. Like and subscribe. I gotta say, after walking out of the movie, after milling it over, I fucking like this movie. I won't say I love it yet, I still have to see it one more time, but I really enjoyed this film. It's stupid, it's loud, it's funny, it's a hell of a lot of fun. As I said before, the aliens return with a friggin' vengeance this time, around with a ridiculously bigger ship, bigger weapons, a bigger grudge. We learn a lot more about the aliens, maybe a little too much, and we see a lot more of them as well. There are some cool close encounter combat situations with the aliens in the film that were fun to watch. Kinda wish we saw a little bit more practical effects with their designs though. I'm not dogging the CGI, this is actually the best CGI I've seen this year, but I just missed the creepy live-action aliens we saw from the first. On the human side, we have most of our main cast back: Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, Judd Hirsch, who doesn't seem to age. Vivica A. Fox returns, and so does Brett Spiner. They do a good job slipping back into their roles. Jeff Goldblum is still Jeff Goldblum. Bill Pullman is going through a very interesting dilemma of his own. Vivica A. Fox plays a small but heroic role, and Brett Spiner is great as the comic relief and exposition man. The new younger cast grew on me as well. The best of them is Mika Monroe. This girl is great and has a great career ahead of her. You can check out some of her other work in The Guest and in It Follows. Jesse Usher takes over as Will Smith's son, and I gotta say he grew on me as well. When I first saw him in the TV spots, I was not at all excited by his acting, but by the end of the film, I can honestly say I would follow this guy into battle. Liam Hemsworth gives the best performance of his career as Lieutenant Jake Morrison. This is the most lively performance I've ever seen Liam give, and most of his jokes landed. The only weak link of the new cast was Travis Tope's Charlie. He plays Liam Hemsworth's best friend in the film. He was very hit and miss for me. For some reason, Roland Emmerich needs a character that screams really loud in his films, and Tope was put into that role. He had a couple of good scenes, he had a couple of bad scenes. Sometimes I loved his character, sometimes I wanted the aliens to shoot his ass down. Very hit and miss. Angela Baby wasn't given much to do either. She seems like a great character that they're building up, but I still wanted to see more of her. There are other pockets of characters scattered throughout the film. Some surprisingly work well, while some the film pushes aside. What I will say about the cast as a whole is that I never lost track of anyone in this story. While not much character development for some, the film did a good job keeping up with each character as the film rolled forward. Some characters roll off, but I still knew where they were and what their fate was. The action in the film was okay. Some set pieces were better than others. Some of the aerial battles caught my attention, while others were a complete bore. There's a very good sequence on the moon, and there's a cool sequence when they go inside the alien ship. The final battle was spectacular. Roland Emmerich definitely redeemed himself from Godzilla. Once again, the CGI was great in this movie, the best I've seen this year. But with every film, there are negatives, and yes, Independence Day Resurgence has those in spades. For starters, the exposition is fucking awful at times. The world building in this movie is actually good, but when they try to explain the rules and when they discover other things, it just feels like setup, and it's not very entertaining. The acting is not good in some places, and most of the jokes fall flat or are completely out of place. Goldblum's
They like to get the landmarks.
line is one of those. It's not funny. People are dying, you ass. There are also a couple of Deus Ex Machina moments that really don't make sense and are really lazy. Also, these two negatives are a bit spoilerish, so if you don't want to hear them, go here. I usually don't do this in my videos, but I really have to talk about these two. So please go here if you want to avoid this ounce of knowledge. You should be gone. Are you gone yet? Okay, so Will Smith comes back as Deadshot. I'm joking. You should be gone. You gone? Alright. Okay, so the ending of this movie is a blatant setup for the sequel with no real closure. It just ends. That's all she wrote. It's literally, this is what we're doing in the sequel. Cut to black. While I'm excited for the notions of that sequel, of where this franchise could go, you could do a lot better than that with an ending. Also, the aliens just leave. All the ships fall out of the sky. You know, the queen is hit and all the aliens just start falling. And it's like, none of that happened in the first movie. It's just weird and lazy. You're creating new rules but breaking your old ones. Okay, no more spoilers. That was all my negatives. But overall, Independence Day Resurgence is a fun sequel that sort of lives up to the original. It's everything you would expect from an Independence Day sequel. It's fun, it's loud, it's stupid, it's funny, and I don't need it to be any more than that. Sure, it could have been a little bit more smarter with their choices in the third act, but hell, I still had fun with it. If you're in the mood for a good popcorn flick, go and see Independence Day Resurgence. So that was my review of Independence Day Resurgence. If you've seen it, please let me know what you thought about it in the comment sections below. Did it meet your expectations? Also, check out Majored Minor. It's an entertainment website a couple of friends and I are running. There you can check out movie news, album reviews, trailer reviews, and much more. Last but not least, if you liked this review, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like hearing me talk about movies, hit that subscribe button. I'll be glad to have you. With all that being said, I'm Darren Lacey Jr. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys next time. Happy next weekend, everybody.